house swallowed me like a horse pill.
The house swallowed me like a horse house. The house swallowed me like a horse house. Swallowed me like a horse house.
If the walls had a gag reflex, I'd be nestled inside the lining of its throat. Which is the hallway. Which is the precipice into the home. Growing up, the words my friends used to describe my childhood house were
sterile. Like sterile. A doctor's office. Sterile.
my mother forbid me or my father to go in the living room. A meticulous maze of plump cushions and precious moments figures commemorating no such thing. My father was dying. And he wasn't allowed to breathe in the living room.
In the living room. We couldn't have cancer.
We couldn't have cancer in the living room. And yes, the irony of all this shatters to the floor. Just like those little statuettes forming the eggshells you walked upon in that house. I am 30 years old, and my feet are forever calloused over. It has been said that life is but an unbroken line. And yes, there are fissures, there are cracks cast upon that line, but as frayed and as tattered as it may be, my house somehow sits somewhere upon it. My house somehow sits somewhere upon it.
My house somehow sits somewhere upon it. My house somehow sits somewhere upon it. My house sits somehow somewhere upon it. My house somehow sits somewhere.
Golden hour reaches through the window. My parents, their parents, form a shadow that envelops the room behind me, bursting into the hallway, holding on to the line as if playing a tug of war against time. I close the blinds. They are gone. There's something outside. There's something out there killing us. The bricks that sheath the insulation must grow a thicker skin. The air barrier behind the facade holds its breath. There's something outside. There's something out there killing us.
There's something out there killing us. There's something outside.
Everything inside is rattling.
There's something outside.
a womb of worry. There's something out there killing us. There's something out there killing us. There's something out there killing us. I started ripping up the garden by its roots and bringing plants inside to purify the airflow. I clip their wings weekly and I plant more. They live in tin cans that held pinto beans, tomato sauce, pesto, and they stretch desperately to the window to go back to where they belong. I feel terribly, I do, but there's something out there killing us. I tell them, when this is all over, I will give you a new home. No constraints, no aluminum. Little succulent sacrificial lambs that breathe what could be contamination in me, but they live. I say goodbye to all the thrifted trinkets that sit idle in their idolatry. Take my finger and in the straightest line I've ever drawn, rub from left to right a pile of dust. What is dust? Beyond a constant reminder that time is excelling and we're still in the house. That it's a web of skin, hair, soil, bacteria. It stares at me as if to say, you created me. It's all your fault. What is there to do? Everything is wet. Every board on the floor, the cabinet, tables, shelves, they smell like pine. Between the plants and the pine and the dewdrops, I create a terrarium. I am sealed. Inside. Everything is wet. But it cannot hurt me. I scrub the plates in a circular motion. Over and over and over. I scrub so hard. I scrub harder than I've ever washed anything before in my life. My shoulder socket becomes a windmill, propelling me into my own hysteria. I think about Don Quixote and wonder what lives inside the sponge. His friend, the farmer, Sancho Panza. And how many hands have plucked my food from the earth? Or how many machines process powders into squares, into cereal, into sync. The milk it washes itself in. If it's not grass-fed, is it wrong? Is it contaminated? Does the virus swim? Do I pour it down the sink in fear? Do I live a life of waste? Apples rot atop the grass that lies atop the yard next door. I risk my health, my sanity to buy apples laden with mouths, with breath, with lungs of strangers from a man behind a shield who asked me for 89 cents. I watch the apple rot. I wonder if I too am rotting. home atmosphere is hers from birth to death. Because the home is a woman. Holding children, day-old bread. Nat Sherman's in the fireplace. Advil, Armagnac, memories. Her mind, her heart, I am a nesting doll within the walls, waiting to be let out. I stretch on the rug inside my room to remember what it feels like to move my body outside my room. My rib cage becomes the set of blinds I open for golden hour. An ohm escapes. I glow. I lie on the floor thinking about Eastern culture, the vibrant colors, the heat, the sounds, acupuncture, and the preventative care of your body, your mind. No, not here. Not Western battlefield, blood, and God. Our modern needs are met with antiquated methodologies and conspiracy. You cannot pray away the disease or cancer. You cannot pray the apple will not rot. Because the apple will rot. Whether it sits upon a shelf or on a table or in my mother's living room, it's all a tough pill to swallow.